Now here's Allan, Nesbitt and I. We're at Honiara in May 1998. And this is the view from the yacht club. We are in the end heading over towards Malacca Island, which is about another 20 odd miles past that island over there. Now this is looking up the main street, and the traffic, it's always, I think for the last hour or two we've been here, and this is the way it's been all the time. It's just one line queued up. There it is, just queued one behind the other the whole way. Here's Allan waiting. It's, and the roads, this is about the best surface of the lot. The others are all potholes that I think a lot of the shires would be very proud to have. There's a few workers up on the roof doing a little bit of rethatching. That, I believe, is the highest building in Honiara. On the way back last night we were told that was the highest building. It's about 5 stories, I think. We're just going in to have about half an hour's rest in the air conditioning at the Mendana. It's the hotel, of course, in Honiara. It's the big one, it's the social one, it's the expensive one. Here's a few of the carvings. I don't know whether I can get them in the dark, but they're very good. They're a lot more elaborate, really, than the ones at Fiji. I think these are probably a lot better. That's a bit like the eagle that I bought at home. But I think really they're perhaps better than the Fijian ones. Here's another scene from the Mendana Hotel. That's where we were just a moment ago at the yacht club. But this gives us a better view of, this is Iron Bottom Sound, where during the war, within this area out there, there were about 50 ships sunk. We just had a beer up at the yacht club, and it was $5 their money. I just ordered another one here. It's exactly the same, and it's $8. So unless you're on an expense account, you don't stay at the Mendana. I'm just trying to get a look at the flag on the back of this naval ship. I presume that's their naval flag. I can't zoom it in any closer, that's about it. And there's the ship. 04, that might be the last one, I don't know. Now here's our lounge at the hotel that we're staying on. It's the King Solomon. It's our lounge. All the rooms are up there. Now it's a very steep hill, and there's all the rooms. Well now, if you have to get there, we're on level 1, which is about there, but there's another 3 levels I think after that. But they have this little mobile thing here that runs up and down the range. And they also have stairs, but we didn't like the idea of the stairs. Now here's Allan in residence, you know, in the machine or whatever it's called, and he's just about to go up, and I'll get him as he goes. There he goes. And let's hope he brings it back for me. This is on the Houses of Parliament. That's the crest at the front of it. We'll just move it back and have a look at it. It looks more like a fort than a House of Parliament, I think. The view of the islands looking around from where we are up at the Houses of Parliament.
This is the Matanico River. See that river coming up through there? And you can see the car going across. That's an old Bailey Bridge, actually, from World War II. Huh. And the area to the right there, we can see lots of those rusting roofs. Yes. That's Chinatown. As somebody said to me the other day, you put a hitching rail there, it would look like outback Australia, the turn of the century, sort of thing, you know. Thanks, mate. And yeah, and these people down here, these are the people they're called the Matanico people. And as the rivers goes that side and all the houses this side, these are sort of people actually who own Honiara.
This is up at the American War Memorial. It's got writing, you know, histories on all these plaques. It's got histories of various battles that were happening.
Pair sprints, we'll talk about that a little bit later. It's only 8 kilometres between those 2 points. Mm-hmm. And over here we've got the island, the Florida Islands.
Yes.
Now, that was the old capital called Tulagi.
Tulagi, yeah.
And here is what they call Blue Beach, simply a code name for where the Marines landed.
Yes, right.
Over here is Gavutu and Tanambogo. There were 2 islands linked by a causeway. And when the British were here, some people lived here and some lived over here. And what you had is this big harbour in here, so that was where they anchored their ships and so on. So it was a great place to have a capital until the advent of the aeroplane. And over here, generally, it was known as Sea Lark Channel. They got Lengo Channel and Gala, but generally Sea Lark Channel was the name of the whole area
between
here.
The islands.
And it got renamed Iron Bottom Sound because of all the ships that went down in the war.
Just going along one of the villages on the edge of Honiara. It was an old army hut. It's made out of heavy steel, this one, and right in the jungle. It's all overgrown at the moment, see, with grass, but it's one of the originals. This is up at Edson Ridge. This is a view. This is it's a very high ridge, a very high knoll. This is just looking around. It's very steep coming up here.
Yeah. And before the battle, they'd done their calibrations right. When the Japanese attacked, they really hammered them with the artillery, and it was very accurate. That was one of the telling factors in the battle.
This is just an example of the houses. This is a very well built one. Just an idea of the roads. It's all made out of bamboo, is it?
Yep, it's all bamboo wall.
It's all woven together and
bamboo and lichen.
Yeah.
The lichen.
I think these are cocoa
just
trees.
break it on the
and they have the cocoa trees growing under the palm trees, and they work very well together. All this area that we're in up here now is that Ross Mining, and it's a village actually that the mine itself built for their workers. Now, here's a banyan tree, if I can get it in. It's a big one. Here's a nice little well-designed hut. Here's another view. That beach up there where I'm looking now is where all the American Marines landed. And they made other jetties later on after they were here. They made other jetties, and here's some of the wrecks of the other buildings they had. It's all gone now.
They're the outrigger people. They use those stands used for fishing, aren't they, Martin? Yeah. Fishing at night? What sort of fishing? Spear fishing or line fishing?
Line fishing.
Line fishing, yeah. So they create qualities up there for something.
Native dingo. Everywhere that we went, we always had the followers. Here's Allan coming up with his entourage now. They all followed us about wherever we go. Once you have a camera, they come straight out. Here at the Henderson Field, I don't know whether I can get them in close enough to read them, but they're obviously in the war. There's one dedicated to all those, etc. We are now up at, I think, Betty Karma, and this is a museum. It's closed today, so I've had to photograph this in through the fence, but that is a little Jap gun. Be a handy little thing. And there's another aircraft up further that I'll get. Here's a few other of the war relics. I think that one might be an air cobra. I think all that's left of it. And down here we have an engine. Now Allan and I are just having a meal at the Hotel Mendana. This is in the dining room we're having it. There's Allan sitting there just pouring his beer. There's Allan just waiting over there. I had to come round the other side so I could get the light on it. But he's enjoying his beer. inside our room at night.
He's tall and he's dark, and like the shark, he looks for
Allan just getting
that's
us
why
With only weeks to go,
device.
Lee's plans for Kiss Kiss Back Back Friday. John Barry works with Don Black.
This is the dining room. You could have a look up there. I'll just see if I can get it. It's all built out of those pine logs or whatever they are. But the one I'm interested in is one that goes from right up there. See, it comes right down there. It's a cross one. I would say that's about 40 feet long, that one. Here's an idea of all the ships that were sunk in iron bottom sand. See, it's off on the Yarra there. There's a stack of them. Here's a few of the little boats. They've been out having a race, obviously, and they've just come back in. They're nice little things. All the kids are in them. Waiting room at the domestic airport. Just winding it up now, getting it started. You can just see it starting to pick up speed. And we're on our way over to Alki. This is after landing at Alki. We've just landed. There's the airstrip, runs that way from the sea, comes down there, and we land up that way, you see. And that's our aircraft. It's a de Havilland Twin Otter. This is the name of the airfield, apparently. Here's all the cars waiting the arrival. I don't know where our bus is. It's supposed to be here somewhere to take us back to the hotel. Now, I don't know whether you can hear this, but we're over at Alki, and we've just hired a four-wheel drive, and we're on our way down to the school at Baba.
Another one. Another one. Thank you.
The old school here with all the children in it.
Oh, would you like to let the children to come out?
Yes.
So you can get them. Bene. Mula ang pizza lo ko. On video. Mula ang whole. Video niya.
It's Allan. Henry.
Mula ang puwela.
They're just asking all the children to come out now for a while to have a look. We've just been in there where I got a very warm welcome. I had a few speeches from the headmaster and from the chairman of the board and from Henry Tom. It was lovely. And the school has been all decorated. And here's Dick 2 and Virginia. Dick 2 helped us a lot, I remember him. He worked very well, especially on the cement mixing. There is Abraham's wife, Virginia. He's looking younger than ever. Here's Henry, Tom.
This is our friend, Mr. Dick. We used to work with him before, and now he visits us, so we have a great time with him at this moment.
Zulu. There they are together. Now it's work. That's not James, that's Allan. Here's James. Here's Allan, and here is the headmaster, Silas. I'll just get a close-up so he can give me a big smile. This is interesting. You see how they got the leaves and they cut them to shape and then they stick the flowers in the end. Goes right along the door. See, all this decoration was for us coming today. It's well done, isn't it? Now we're just having, you know, a little bit of lunch. It's very nice. It's all laid out on the table there. Now we're just leaving after lunch. You know, here's some of them here. Have another look at them.
Oh, yes.
Come on, a big smile for the camera. Big smile, that's the way. And some more over here. Don't look away, look this way. That's it. Now we're in Alki. This is... Yes, there's some others walking past. This is the main street, I think. Going up there. This obviously is the police station. They were very helpful yesterday getting us organised. That's the main office of the police station in there. This is the National Bank. The Langa store. This is standing at the wharf and out here we're just looking around. There's a lovely little island out there. That's quite nice. And there's a boat in. I don't know what the name of it is. This is a scene in the market. Now here's an interesting one. These are cigarettes. There they are. Roll your own, you see. Those are the cigarettes. Now we've got fish and chips, he said. Selling fish.
Yellowfin tuna. Yeah, right. All of them?
No.
No? This is long one.
It's a very decorative wall. The Alki post office. The Alki Lodge is up there somewhere, just behind there. This is the Alki Lodge, that's one of the entrances there. And the rooms run along there. Our room was just, there was a door there somewhere, just along there. Yeah. Here's the international airport. Really know what this is, but there's been a crowd waiting here now for some hours. And they're all lined up there. There go the army, and there's the warships out there. It's a dignitary. I did ask one fella, and he said it was an MP arriving. Yeah, it's the local members died, and they are just bringing him over to the boat, and then they're going to take him over to his own island for burial. And there's the army waiting as an escort and all the crowd lined up. He was a popular man, apparently. Quite heavy rain now. We're at the museum now, and they have all these traditional old huts. I believe that's a meeting room. There's another one. There's another design. Another one over here. And there's Allan walking over to another one. That'd be a meeting hall. What do we got here? Another one there. There's another one. This is a customs house. They've got the carvings out the front. I have just learnt that this one is a garage for the canoes. And the other one here is just a typical family home. Here's another one. This is a Malaita Islands chief's home. Now it's fairly obvious we're out of Tambu. It's about an hour and a quarter's drive from Honiara. Here's a view on the beach at Tambu. These fellas are fishing. You'll be able to see them. They've got the line on the thing and they just watch. And then they seem to throw it out at the right time. Here's an old engine off a Japanese landing barge. That's about all that's left. This is the beach at Tambu. Here's another one. That's a bit further up. There's quite a lot of them along here. Yes. This is just a few relics of the war. That's a propeller there. There's another one there. And there's a nice swimming pool in behind it. That wasn't there when I was here before. Well, all the rooms, they're all in little units. All the rooms, they run right along there. When I was here before, I think I had the one somewhere about there, either that one or the next one up it was. It's Nice blue water, obviously coloured. There's the bar. There's Allan just about to order us a beer. Here's a hornbill in the cage. They're very big birds. It's a bit sad having him in a small cage that's only about 10 feet square. Here's Allan learning to play the drums.
You sound good a long way away too. Yeah. Very light.
This is in a war museum that's about half an hour's drive from where we were, and they've got all the old relics. It's both American and Japanese. Those are Japanese guns. That's a Japanese gun, and as I go round I can get some more. Those are Japanese guns, little Japanese things.
Yes. Because I'm from Malaysia.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Oh, we were over there a couple of days.
And
Yeah?
I heard here that to pull these over the mountains they had little crawler tractors like small bulldozers, and that's what they used for pulling them. And they'd need it, I think, by the look of them. And with here's Allan with our guide walking around. He's just explaining a lot to us as we go. Now, here is a Japanese anti-aircraft gun.
Yes.
This is a Grumman Wildcat. I remember them during the war. Not much left of them, of course. But this is a float off a Catalina, I believe. I just heard off a guide that the one that flew this was a John L. Smith. He had to crash land it when he ran out of fuel, and he was back here just a few years ago and he had a look at it. He remembered it well. And here is a Japanese peace bell with their monuments here for various things. Pretty hard to read because they're all Japanese. A memorial to the HMS Canberra. It lies out in Iron Bottom Sound.
That's very good. Very good.
This one, it's a P-38 Lightning. We used to see them quite a bit. It was well known.
Yeah.
And here's another one. It's a Corsair. I remember them well. You know, it had the dihedral or the gull wings. Here's some other little Japanese machine gun things.
To receive him.
Here was the sign into the War Museum, and the one on the road's worse. You can hardly read it at all. They said they haven't got any money to repaint them. This is good. Here's the road in, and there's a pooch. Here's the road into it. It's got the high grass each side. It's a pretty narrow little road.
Found that we could only do 100 mile an hour on it.
Yeah.